Yes. Yes, I'm live. Very good. The handheld mic. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. So, there we go. I want to invite all our guests that are live streaming from different places in the world, believe it or not. The East Coast, Atlanta, Australia, Canada. I have family everywhere and friends and people that are really have been waiting for this day. And I know that at the end of this day, I'm going to wish that it was happening tomorrow so that I could experience it again. So I'm going to start by introducing myself. My name is Suzanne Edwards, AKA Triandaphilia. That's my Greek name, after my mom. I won't bore you with all of the details about how I got here because I wrote you a nice soliloquy in the program. It gives a kind of a nice background about how we actually got here today. And we moved up here from Los Angeles in the fall of 2017. And I was just scratching the surface of my research in Byzantine music for a film that I was to be working on. And we're 7 years down the road with a lot of things in development, and the film is based on Orthodoxy. So the filmmaker, a Greek-American screenwriter from Michigan, she wanted the film to be based on Orthodox music, so Byzantine music, so that even when you would hear the score underneath the film, that your life would be touched by the hymnography of the church, even if you don't know the hymnography of the church. But say, for instance, you'd hear a hymn, the Action Estine, and you hear the music blended in, hence the beauty blended and blurred, blended into the underscore, and then you would have the opportunity, a way to reach out and touch people through the beauty of the music, through film, through a medium that it's kind of a captive audience, right? You watch a movie and you hear a hymn, and then you think, wow, I've heard that before. Like, for instance, one of the composers that you'll hear music from today is Nicholas Rubanis. Now, Nicholas Rubanis was like late 1800s, a composer whose piece of music landed in Pulp Fiction. It's called Miserlou. He knows. He got it. And it's a beautiful piece of music, and he's more famous probably than he was in his, during this time in terms of music, probably than he was at that time. But the music lives on, right? And that's just the beauty of what we do as listeners and composers of music. So back to landing in Portland, I came to Father Paul and said, Father Paul, I've just come from Los Angeles, and I'm researching Byzantine chant. And we began our conversation. About a year later, I was telling him, and now I have a plan to do a concert. That was 5 years ago. 5 years to this day. In November, I joined the Holy Trinity Cathedral Choir. It was probably the first Sunday ever in about 17 years that I haven't worked on a Sunday. And some of my choir members from the Spanish-speaking choir at Ascension Catholic Church are here today. You can raise your hand, say hi. This is Mari and Margarita. And Father Jaspers is the priest over there, and he gave this great homily. He does every week, Saturday nights. And I heard him say, what's your gift? How do you use your gift? What's your gift? And I knew that starting tomorrow, Sunday, my Sundays were going away because we were going back to pre-COVID scheduling, and I wasn't going to be playing Sunday. When he was giving his homily, I started texting Father Paul. Dear Father Paul, how are you? Remember I talked to you about my concert? Do you think that it would be okay if I come and sing in the choir now? Because I really want to experience the music that I'm going to ask the choir to sing. And also, could I please meet with Fotini again? Because do you think she might take me under her wing and teach me about Byzantine chant? Because everything thus far has been theoretical, all of my research. I'm a stalker of Capella Romana. I'm a lover of all of the named people, John Saclarides, Frank Desby from St. Sophia Cathedral. I knew his music and his name before I knew too much else about him. So all of these people you're going to hear music from today, all of these composers. I never sent the text message to Father Paul. He's probably thinking, I don't remember getting that text message. So I came the next morning on Sunday, and there was a parents' council meeting, and I got seated with Mark Powell, who is the dear friend and executive director of Capella Romana, who has been a constant encouragement, advisor, pseudo mentor. He doesn't even know all these names, but I interviewed him way back in my undergrad year, and it just grew and it flourished. And I also got sat beside John Lampus, the choir director, and Fotini Downey Robinson, who is the protopsoltria here. That's the head chanter. I've never seen a lady on the chant stand. Didn't think it existed until I got here. So it's been a really, really amazing experience. And now we have chant class on Saturday afternoon. I did a deep dive training so that I could stand in for Fotini when she was away for a weekend. I don't know how that really went, Father Paul, because I was sneaking my head back there saying, I'm lost. And he would come and help me. Anyway, I wanted to, even though we are running a little bit behind on our scheduling for our Q&A, and I apologize, I do want to bring my guest, and I consider her a mentor in this genre of music. It's brought me a great deal of joy. And as a singer, songwriter, country artist, performing artist, piano teacher, music teacher, voice teacher, I didn't think that I could find something else that would be so, I could get so passionate about in music. And not to mention the fact that in the process, I had to recruit voices to do this choir, because I came here and was not working with a school or through COVID or a church as a choir director. And so all of these lovely people, lovely people, these are the choir members. You probably know them as members of the church, members of Holy Trinity Cathedral Choir. They are from Portland Symphonic Choir. They are from Pacific University. And they have been more than a choir to me. They have been the cohort that I wasn't able to be with through the third summer because of COVID. So we never got to be in person at the university in California. So they have been my constant collegial, just amazing people. And I want to acknowledge them to you before you hear them sing with their beautiful voices, because they have given much, much more to me, to this project, and I've been learning. I'm a lifelong learner. I have not stopped until till the last note's sung. And then we get to celebrate and look for the next thing we're going to do together. But I want to bring out Miss Fotini Downey Robinson so we can have a little dialogue about Byzantine chant and its influence on all of us and Western choral composers as I've done the deep dive. So will you please help me welcome Fotini Downey Robinson. Also amazing performer with Capella Romana, and like I told her, I said, I've been a stalker for a while. I know, right? So would you like to use this one, or are you going to use that?
I've got, can you hear me? Yes, good. Yes, so my name is Fotini Downey Robinson. I'm the protopsaltria, or first cantor here at the cathedral. Normally, I am there at the chant stand. I every so often go to coffee hour, and people, I take off my black robe that I normally wear, and I'm just wearing church clothes, and people look at me and they say, oh, I didn't know you wore things other than your black robe. So yes, I do, in fact, wear other things than just my black robe. But it's an honor to serve here, and it's been a joy to support Triandophilia through her research process, and also to sing with these wonderful people and be part of the preparation for today. So thank you for being here.
I think so. Could I just ask you a couple questions?
Sure.
And see if we can do a little deep dive and see if anybody in our audience has any questions for us about Byzantine music. So by show of hands, can you please raise your hand if you've ever been to a service or come to a service and heard Fotini or one of the chanters chanting on a Sunday morning? Ah, okay, right. Raise your hand if you've never. Ah, my crew from Ascension. See, we got to bring them over so you can have the experience of hearing it. Well, it's interesting enough, the services are similar. I mean, the in terms of songs that we sing, the meaning, and like I have encountered them in my work previous, but now it's a little bit different. And plus, the length of the service is longer. Can you talk about that for a second, as compared to the work I did before? What our makeup of our service here is with the liturgy?
So for any given commemoration, and when I say commemoration, I mean every day of the year we have a certain saint or a certain event that is that we commemorate on that specific day. Many of you think of church as a Sunday thing, and there's good reason for that, because Sunday for us is like a mini Pascha, Easter. So anytime we come to worship on Sunday, we have hymnography that has to do with the resurrection. So for any particular commemoration, the liturgical day starts the night before at Vespers. So this comes from the ancient Jewish practice of starting the day at sundown. So we start with the Vespers service. So for instance, Saturday night, almost every Saturday night here at the cathedral at 5 o'clock, we do a Saturday Vespers. And that is the first service where we have hymnography for the resurrection. So it's considered to be part of the Sunday office. And that lasts about 45 minutes. And then on Sunday morning, we start the morning with a service that we here in Greek call orthros, or the dawning of the day. You often hear it referred to as matins, just like our Catholic brothers and sisters. And so matins goes roughly from 8:30 to about 10 o'clock, and then we go straight into the Divine Liturgy, which is the Orthodox Eucharistic service, so like the Catholic Mass. But what's interesting is that most people think of church as just being that Sunday Eucharistic service, but most of our hymnography that is unique to any particular commemoration actually happens either as part of the Vespers service the night before or the Orthros service in the morning. The liturgy itself is more of a fixed service, so You're not going to notice a whole lot of difference in the service from one Sunday to the next. But in contrast, if you were to attend Orthros right before, the hymnography would be completely different every week. And likewise, we do many services that are not Sundays. So we have 12 great feasts throughout the year, and we always commemorate those. And then we have fixed dates for specific saints. So for instance, July 29th, I believe, maybe it's 27th. Anyway, at the end of July, we have services for Saints Peter and Paul, which is when Father Paul celebrates his name day, and so on and so forth. So at any given week in the cathedral, we probably have 5, 6, 7 services going on, and a lot of people don't know that.
And they're live streamed.
They are
They're
live
live streamed.
streamed.
So if
But
you're
it's better if you
curious and
come.
you want to check in, you can check in, hear Fotini chanting, and it's quite beautiful. Anyway,
I could talk to you all day about the
all day.
liturgical cycle, but I know we're trying to move things along here a
right.
little bit. But I will be hanging out afterwards, so if
yes, we
anybody
have
has
coffee
any
and dessert
questions about
afterwards.
anything that I've touched upon, please find me afterwards, and I'll be happy to tell you more.
And don't forget, we have chant class on Saturday afternoon. And we have, yes, we're raising chanters. So talk to her afterwards as well. I think singers, are we ready to roll? Are we ready to do this? Okay. I'm going to
Thank you.
give Sarah, please help me thank Fotini. Thank you. Thank you, Fotini. I'm going to give Sarah back the microphones, and we're going to set up, and here we go. I don't think I have to wear this one. Probably just a handheld mic because I don't. intermission. I love you. You're so nice. And we're going to allow for the strings to set up, and then they're going to play for you, and then we'll come back. So please take a moment and revel in this beautiful sanctuary that we're in, and we'll see you in a moment. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. We're going to take a 15. Okay, I think we'll do a 2-minute call, and then we're going to bring the string trio to play for you. You're in for a real treat. I'm so excited because I love listening to the strings play. I do know how to play strings. I'm proficient. I have every one of the instruments, but I have to practice more so that I can scratch the surface of Chris Fotonakis, Alyssa Honeycutt. Oh, Lisa Rega, excuse me, I just changed her name. Lisa Rega, and Amelia Honeycutt. Do you have a trio name that you call yourself? You know, just Fotonakis trio. I'm really dropping his Greek name because Sophie said he's Greek. He's Greek. So they're going to play for you. Please enjoy. We'd like to thank you for all coming. This will be our last selection. It's a song for Athene. In fact, I believe Helen is in the house today. Helen Dietz, my dear friend from the Portland Symphonic Choir, sang in my virtual choir. Remember we did this? And that was an experience. This is way better. But I think we're just going to go ahead. Yeah, sure. I'll take it. Oh, yeah. First. So what I was saying is that throughout COVID, we had to do, we were online for our third part of the program in the summer. It was a 3-summer program that I was doing my Master of Music in Choral Conducting with Dr. Christopher Gravis and Professor Donald Briniger and Dr. Bellin, Dr. Schubert, who have all been amazing advisors, conductors, professors, and I'm still learning right this moment. I'm still learning, so that's the great thing. I can keep learning. And, but I wanted to share that Helen, my dear friend from Portland Symphonic Choir, said yes when I sent out the call for virtual singers. And so I think I had about 18 voices. And we had to learn how to take video of ourselves, and we had to sing, and we had to listen to the headphones, and then we had to do technology to figure out how we could, put all of our films together. It used to just be that Eric Whitaker had his hands around that. I hear giggles, because, right? We thought, wow, that's so cool, look at 1,000 voices. Well, now we can do it too, and it's really, really cool, and Dr. Gravis taught us how to do it, so I know he's gonna get a chance to watch this film. This is our last selection. It's a song for Athene by Sir John Tavener. I first encountered it when I watched, and didn't realize it, the funeral of Princess Diana. And then when I was searching for pieces, I heard it and I was like, wow, I really know that. I know that piece. Why do I know that piece? So that was one of those moments when we hear something in the movie, like Pulp Fiction, and then the last piece that we just did was by Frank Desby, the Kyrie song. One word. I wrote to you about it in your program. One word, a song with one word, and a pop group named Mr. Mister back in the 80s. Yes, the 80s. Came along and they sang, you probably remember it, the Kyrie eleison song, Kyrie, Kyrie. Well, everybody was singing along with it. They probably didn't realize what they were singing. I knew because my mom used to say it a lot. So when we're finished, we're going to adjourn to the coffee. I want to send out my thanks before we go on to Father Paul for allowing me to run amok and be amok. I'm here to serve. I love you all, and especially these very fine singers. Let me just take a second and acknowledge them one by one, if I may. On our bass section, this is Enrique Bava, our bass, Jonas Williams, and our brand new choir director here at Holy Trinity Cathedral. So if you want to come and sing with the choir, please, we got room for you. The most amazing new friend, Gabby Marcus Hernandez. We love her, and they are amazing. This is our tenor, Corey Blaisdell. He's a music teacher and extraordinary singer. Came to us via the Holy Trinity Choir, also from Pacific University. I'm going to come back to you. Save the bell. No, I'm kidding. That's not the song. This is Sammy Calkins. I had the beauty of and the fortune of being able to be her piano accompanist, and she rocks the conductor's stand at a middle school. She's amazing. We worked on a Spanish music piece, and I was working hard, I can only just tell you. But we got it together, we're a team. She's amazing to work with. This is Emma Agar. Did I say that right? Agar? I didn't. Agar. Messing up names today. She's an amazing soprano. If you come on any given Sunday, you will hear her sing the top, highest note there is, and she never misses it. So you really must come and enjoy her singing that note, because we're hanging on to her coattails. She's up in the rafters. And she's going to be a doctor of chiropractic. That's pretty amazing. She's a student, Pacific University. This is Ms. Sofia Salas.
I'm Greek.
She's Greek. She hails from Athens, Greece. And I am pretty sure that my mom, may she rest in peace, had something to do with bringing me and Sophie into each other's lives, because my kids have been saying, I want to see Yaya. That's a Greek grandma, right? Because mine's gone, my mom's gone, but she's stand-in Yaya, you know? That's okay, right? We love you. And she's doing amazing. She sings with the choir, and we love singing with her, and I think she's just so international. And this, my fellow Canadian, Eleni Althis, I'll get it right. We discovered we came from the same city, Vancouver, British Columbia. And she's my new Gukla. She's a little dolly. She's just fantastic. And she's singing. This is her new hobby. So catch her in the next show. Christmas, not kidding. Lee Kosmakos. She's an amazing lady, Greek cook. We loved to gather at her house. That was their first gathering where I came and I was with everybody. And she loves it when I train her to sing upside down so she can get all the high notes. Mari's laughing because I made her do the same thing. She's a choir member from Ascension, yes. And finally, but not last, Ms. Ruthie Flores. The only lady who managed to get me to walk down Sandy Boulevard in a parade with a Muppet on my hand. And at first I was a little bit, how am I gonna, this probably is gonna turn into my next gig. What am I gonna do? And in fact, when you have a Muppet on your hand, you can do anything. You should try it. People will let you be silly, goofy. They will let you get right up to them and touch them on the hands and say, I'm so happy you came. Thank you for coming. Oh, the band is chasing us. Oh, the elephants are chasing us. They were. Ruthie Flores, a longtime member of the cathedral, and used to sing with the choir, and she's back with the choir, and I'm so excited because I talked her into coming back. Finally. Mrs. Fotini Downey Robinson, can I just ask you, did you enjoy her chant that at the beginning of the Sechumel hymn? I was really going, just cut loose, just go. Oh, man, I gotta really hear that. Those tones that come out of her voice is amazing. All right, this is what I do best. Don't give me a microphone. I love you all. You have been amazing. I want to thank you here and in front of the public and our congregation and God and Father Paul. If I'm good, maybe he'll let me do this again sometime. Okay. I also want to thank Sarah and her husband John for running our live stream. And I want to thank Thomas Spethus, who came out on his day off to help me set it all up and make sure it would work. Last but not finally but not least, I want to thank my dear friend Chris Fotanakis. The universe brought me a Greek on a day to meet him when I was having a particularly hard day, going, I gotta rent a cello, I gotta rent a bass to do my methods classes. How am I gonna do this? And he was at the Allegro Violin House, and as soon as we started talking, I was like, I'm gonna be fine, and we're gonna work together someday. I wanna thank you for bringing the string trio and working with us as you have been. And Amelia and Elisa, she might be gone already to her next gig, but I wanna thank you. And I wanna thank all of you for coming and being our support and sending out the word to let people know about this amazing, beautiful Byzantine chant, beauty blended and blurred. I want to also thank Carrie Petronas. She's running our ticket counter. She's a dear, dear friend, and we can't leave without saying thank you to her.